If you follow the money, you'll see that the same people who own the labels on the prisons out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry. But it didn't really kind of suspicious, if you wanna, in the aftermath of the Sound of Freedom film, which exposed Hollywood's darkest secrets. The legendary Ice Cube is causing major waves in the entertainment industry. Word on the street is that Ice Cube dived into the shady world of the prison industrial complex, connecting the dots and hinting at how music labels might be profiting from sending people straight to prison. Scandalous right labels on the prisons. And that's not all. To top it off, he decided to spill all the tea on none other than Bill Mayer's infamous Club Random podcast talk about grabbing everyone's attention in the most dramatic way possible. So what exactly did Ice Cube say in a recent episode of comedian Bill Mayer's podcast? Rapper Ice Cube spilled some seriously shady tea about the music industry's influence on society. The episode, called Club Random, was a wild ride filled with gossip-worthy topics like fame, parenting, and a scandalous alleged connection between the prison industry and music. During the marathon 1.5-hour conversation, my hair couldn't help but dish on his concerns about the so-called woke culture. He totally threw shade at it, comparing it to high school drama straight out of Mean Girls. He believes these woke warriors are constantly on the prowl for others' flaws, creating a toxic atmosphere of fault-finding labels on the prisons. And that's not even the juiciest part. Ice Cube dropped some major bombshells, claiming that all of these insignificant arguments are being thrown at us on purpose by the bigwigs to keep us distracted and divided. Can you believe it? According to the rapper, they want us to get all caught up in these insignificant issues, instead of addressing the real problems tearing our society apart, keeping us bickering, and chasing these words, okay, so, and not really getting to the root of other issues. Within the music industry, he was able to see the puppet strings being pulled behind the scenes, and he believes it's all about power and control. The rapper continued to probe into the complicated web of relationships, dropping hints about influential figures who remain nameless but who allegedly hold both music labels and private prisons under their command. He urged Maher and his listeners to take a closer look at the money trail, insinuating that it would lead to a jaw-dropping revelation. My little money, you go high enough, you start to see okay. At first, Cube's revelations may seem far-fetched, but once you look a few years back, everything seems to add up. You see, in 2018, a group of Hollywood stars and influencers joined forces to expose a sinister secret lurking in the shadows of the financial world: the investment in these same private prisons. As part of the Real Money Moves initiative, these celebrities aim to shed light on the alarming fact that some of the most prominent companies in America were channeling funds into a system that profits from mass incarceration and family detention centers, causing anguish and suffering to countless immigrant families. Among the star-studded supporters was an array of A-listers, from renowned actresses like Maggie Gyllenhaal, Alyssa Milano, from the fearless activist and feminist icon Gloria Steinem, to the NFL's Spencer Passenger, Derek Morgan, and Jelani Jenkins. These celebrities, along with some prominent athletes, such as the NFL's Spencer Passenger, Derek Morgan, and Jelani Jenkins, demonstrated their commitment to social justice and sustainability by collectively pledging over $10 million to the cause. Today, there are more African Americans incurring in under correctional control, whether in prison or jail on probation or on parole. Even the cast members of Netflix's famous show Orange is the New Black joined the campaign. Taylor Skilling is a baseball player. Natasha Lyonne and Alicia Rayner posed a thought-provoking question to the audience: would you be comfortable profiting from imprisoned families? Alyssa Milano, known for her outspoken activism, expressed her concern about Americans' general ignorance about the murky investments made by big leagues who were diverting their clients' money into the morally questionable realm of private prisons. However, as the Real Money Moves initiative gained traction, Speculation grew about the underlying motivations of these high-profile celebrities. Could it be that they were privy to dark secrets within their own circle? Some of the most renowned prisons were rumored to be owned by shadowy characters in the upper crust, echelons of the entertainment world, while the celebrities' outspokenness on social justice and sustainability was commendable. Some wondered if their activism was in part fueled by their awareness of the eerie connections between Hollywood elites and the prison industrial complex anyway. Those are just mere speculations from fans. Meanwhile, Ice Cube suggested that the song was released by these major labels are carefully crafted to shape the mindset of listeners, subtly pushing them towards a path that ultimately benefits the prison industry. Although he admitted that connecting all the dots would require a deeper investigation, he firmly believed that this was just one example of how the powerful elite manipulate societal divisions for their own sinister gains, are really geared to push people towards that prison industry. But they didn't make. He then added that the same individuals who reap enormous profits from the music industry, he insisted, also have a vested interest in the prison system. People who own the labels on the prison, even more. Ice Cube explained that it's not about pushing musicians to compose specific lyrics, but rather record labels acting as clandestine guardrails to ensure certain songs get played on the radio. Others are mercilessly oppressed. Whilst Ice Cube exposed the record label's tight grip on creative freedom, claiming they exercise significant control over albums in some cases, he alleged they go as far as micromanaging the creative process, manipulating artists to push a specific narrative. Record company guys sit around and tell the artists, "This is hot, say, that do this, we're gonna have this guy write the lyrics, we're gonna have that." It's like a dark and twisted game of puppetry, where these industry power players pull the strings behind the scenes, shaping the music that reaches the consumers. But what's the motive behind this insidious manipulation? Well, according to Ice Cube, it all boils down to what he coined as social engineering. He argued that the music industry's orchestrated control over lyrics and themes serves a larger purpose, perpetuating the profitable prison industrial complex. It's a scandalous revelation that sent shockwaves through the podcast episode and left listeners with their jaws on the floor. Imagine a world where influential figures within the music industry are pulling strings not only to boost album sales, but to shape the behaviors and mindset of society at large. If Ice Cube's claims hold any truth, it's like stepping into a twisted dystopian novel, where the lines between art manipulation and control blur into a shady web of deceit. These allegations raise crucial questions about the power dynamics. If Ice Cube's suspicions are correct, it suggests a deeply rooted conspiracy that reaches far beyond the realm of entertainment. A covert network operating behind the scenes, manipulating public consciousness, and dictating the course of cultural movements. Ice Cube's scandalous revelations portray a picture of a music industry that lives on secrecy, power plays, and profit-driven manipulation. But as much as we enjoy a good conspiracy theory, there is a dash of skepticism in the mix. Ice Cube's assertions may be more like tabloid fodder than cold hard facts, but you can't deny the intrigue. The music industry has always been a dazzling world of fame and fortune. The controversy surrounding Ice Cube's podcast appearance continues to reverberate, and it is unclear what impact, if any, his claims will have on the music industry. Only time will tell if these allegations gain traction, leading to a closer examination of the industry's inner workings and the implications it may have. One person commented, "What Ice Cube mentions about record labels and social engineering is spot on. And I saw this happening while working in radio. Certain songs had to be played over 100 times a day. If a song requested by a listener was not on that list, it would not get played. The programming is real." A second person added, "I saw this happening while working in radio. Certain songs had to be played over 100 times a day. If a song requested by a listener was not on, I completely agree with the statements about private prison ownership. We need some of our top snoopers to do the research and find the names of the stockholders. That is the only way some of our people will listen. We need to get our young people to listen to Cube. We need to stop selling ourselves into modern slavery and bondage. And a third fan wrote, "We don't need no paperwork when one of the biggest rap artists in our lifetime is telling us right in our face